Well, welcome back to Flufftalk. I am Solar Greye.
And I'm Carl Viking.
And today we've got a treat for you guys. Every now and again I get mobbed by a bunch of people saying, is there a role-playing game for the Secret of Nimh? And the answer is, not to my knowledge.
Secret of Nimh. It's a little obscure.
Yeah, you know what? I know a lot of people. You know those people who want to pretend like they're experts at something so they'll memorize one obscure fact that nobody else knows?
Yeah, gamers.
Yeah, exactly. And so they'll come along saying, yeah, I know everything there is. Is there a Secret of Nimh role-playing game? I'm a gamer. Really? So, what was your last D&D character? Oh, well, I don't play D&D. It's like, okay, yeah, sure. But no, there is not a Secret of Nimh role-playing game, but there is Mouseguard.
Mouseguard.
Yeah, Mouseguard. Mouseguard is, I gotta say, having never actually played this game, well, how can I put it? The reason we got this show is because we are talking about settings.
And Mouseguard, it's all about setting.
Oh, all about setting. This is the 13th Warrior meets Beowulf meets mythology with a cute and cuddly overtone.
Yeah, I mean, it's cute and cuddly, but they're still, murderous.
Oh, yeah, okay, so, yeah. We're talking...
It's not Disneyed up, it just looks like it's Disneyed up.
Yeah, I mean, the art in this book is so cute, and it's like, wow, look at the little mice, I just want to give you... Holy shit, is he holding a battle axe?
And that's all the work of David Peterson, who is the creative mind behind Mouseguard, which was originally a comic book about... I've described it basically as the Icelandic sagas if all the reenactors were tiny, adorable mice with cloaks.
Yeah, seriously. A lot like The Secret of Nimh, but not totally. Not totally. But I could see this happening in the same world.
Yeah. That might be a thing.
Yeah, now in this setting, like I said, he nailed it. Epic Icelandic tales where... the warrior fights this fantastically huge, epic battle with the dragon outside of the cave.
Except the dragon's a crab.
Well, the crab attack. I forgot about the crab. I was thinking about the snake.
Oh, yeah, snake is pretty boss, too.
Yeah, I mean, these are, serious high-action fights, and you can have these in this setting. Very, very mythological.
So, the idea behind Mouseguard is mice, and... we're talking regular field mice, have carved out a little swath of territory in this fictional world. And kind of the cool idea about it is you don't really know if this is just in some forest modern day, or if it is actually, as the comic books say, 1152.
I never thought about if it could be modern day. Given the mice would evolve their society a lot slower than the rest of us.
Yeah,
that would be kind of cool.
Village,
Yeah, I didn't think about that spin on it.
So it's kind of a fun idea. So these mice, they carve out their territory, but being mice and not terribly, they're certainly not apex predators. They have to use their wits and their strong bonds of community to sort of overcome the challenges. And the first and most obvious of them being other predators.
Well, not to mention their bad attitude with weapons.
Yes, but I mean that comes later. That's sort of I guess window dressing for the main issue, and that they have their little microcosmic world here that they protect, and the Mouseguard are actually an organization to designed to help these mice territories. There's no the Mouseguard is the closest thing to a territorial government. Gotcha.
So a little closer to a military or the UN.
Sort of, yeah. And Mouseguard's kind of a trip because it's sort of like this funky communist utopia where the idea is everyone helps each other out, and the real hard economies and politics of things they don't really get into it in the comic book, and it's not really a thing in the role playing game. The idea is you are a member of the Mouseguard, and your duty is to protect your fellow mice. And to do that, you engage in various missions. The game itself revolves very heavily around the mission, which now the mission always kind of strikes a strikes a death toll with me, because I remember the mission, aka Cyberpunk, aka so here's what the game master is telling you is going to happen, and then we're going to spend the next 3 hours completely fucking it up.
Yeah, yeah. It's all you have to do is go to the cave and get the thing. But before you get to the cave,
Yeah, Mouseguard's not like that. The idea you're supposed to succeed, and you're supposed to succeed through cooperation. The best way to die in Mouseguard is to think you're a solo badass. In fact, you are a goddamn mouse.
Now again, there's been a theme this month about games that have cooperation and games that if you don't cooperate, you die. They follow the horror movie rule of if you say I'll be right back, you won't.
Yeah, that's sort of a trend in modern board gaming. Shared board gaming and role playing, shared storytelling, shared goals, and it's sort of a counter to what's the term? Zero sum gaming, where in order for someone to win, someone must obviously have to lose. And a lot of modern games are kind of steering away from that idea that someone's at -1, someone's at +1, everything zeroes out at the end.
Yeah.
The idea is the goal here is that everyone comes up at the end of it, and
Or goes down together.
Yeah,
or goes down together. That's an important thing.
And the sort of title, the tagline or mission statement for Mouseguard is around the back of the book here. It's not what you fight, but what you fight for. And that motto is supported very strongly through the game elements. They use the burning wheel system, which prior to getting this book, I was actually not terribly familiar with. I found the book in an old game store. It was like 600 pages long and not reduced, despite having been out of print for some time. So one day I'll trek back there, hopefully before the place closes.
In case you guys are wondering, I'm cracking a can, but we're not drinking yet. This is a soda. But yeah, I took a look at a lot of the fluff from this, and the stories are rather compelling, I have to say. Like, if you really like the classic adventure for adventure's sake, but not quite because there are people counting on you type thing, these got some good stories.
Well, there's sort of a classical feel to them, especially in the comic books where there's three main characters, very reminiscent of the Three Musketeers, sans D'Artagnan. Technically, there is a D'Artagnan in Liam, but his edition makes the three. And all the character, the other two are best friends, and they've known each other forever and ever. And Liam is young and trying to prove himself. And it's just a great world, and I guess it's a really good, gentle introduction to the idea of role playing, rather than what's more commonly regarded as mature role playing, aka
charts
and backstabbing.
Oh god, so much backstabbing.
Yeah, backstabbing isn't really a big thing in the Mouseguard, except in the sense that in order to advance, you kind of need to backstab yourself.
Well, every new piece of power comes at a cost, especially in these stories. I looked over the comic book that you left me, and I was really, really impressed. It struck me in a very 13th Warrior sense. Like, I remember there was one specific part where Liam is fighting one of the older mice, and he has a stick, and Liam has his sword, and he just gets tooled. They're like running a distraction for the guards while the other guy goes in and gets the widget, because I'm a distraction. And the fight was going on where you've got this older, more experienced guy who has the stick against the young hotshot with a sword, and he's just tooling him left, right, and sideways. And I definitely like that idea, and a lot of the fluffing games and modern stories have this sense of once you hit 40, you're done. If you're middle aged, you're gonna lose to the hotshot 20-year-old.
Yeah, no, there's Mouseguard definitely enforces the idea of 40, 50, 60-year-old badasses. These guys who just seen it all and really are just ready to serve you up if you provoke their ire. Oh,
Don't
for
mess
sure.
with Grandpa; he'll fuck you up.
Yeah, people campaigning well into their twilight years and things like that, and all of that is really supported by the system. Elder guard mice are fantastically skilled. Over time you develop an enormous amount of resources, but at the same time, even the mechanics of the character sheet, and this is one of the coolest things I liked about the mechanics of the character sheet. It's your physical inventory space on your character sheet is your physical inventory. You can't like double up. You can't write in the margins anything more than what's on your sheet. You can't carry, or literally anything that's more than your inventory section. You can't carry, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it really it takes away what we call munchkining, which is that you're about to start a game and you pack up with every provision that you might need under any circumstances.
Yeah, and in Mouseguard, this is all you get. This is all you can carry, and they even do a similar limitation in terms of skills. There are 24, I believe, 24 spaces for skills on the sheet. You can't have more than 24 skills. Just you can't be the know-it-all guy. You've got those, and that's all you got. And that's kind of cool. It's geared for shorter, I guess, campaigns. A campaign in Mouseguard is suggested to go anywhere from 6 to 8 sessions, okay. sort of complete a year, a turn of the calendar, because each season presents its own challenges, which is so this sort of very limited scope is what allows you to put a lot more characterization into the world, into the game, because you don't have to like make a rule for everything. All you need to do is be a guard mouse, do your missions, and try to survive. If trouble arises, you fight it gloriously.
And if you get killed, make sure that your death is worthy of song.
Exactly. So I really dig it for that sort of focused concept, rather than I'm always ragging on World of Darkness, but I mean in this case I mention World of Darkness simply because they came up with a rule set that can apply to everything. And then the books, be it Mage, Werewolf, whatever, focus on one aspect. So there's no the Burning Wheel system, which is another book entirely, is sort of that. And then this is like I said, a microcosm of this comic book turned into a game world.
Okay. Now there are a lot of games that originally started as comic books. And we're going to be covering a lot of those on the show. I'm a big fan of them myself because, again, it's about the fluff, the story, and playing characters in these worlds. And when we go through a gaming system and we're checking out the fluff, I think the last thing on a lot of gamers' minds, especially the kind that listen to this show, is how badass can I get, and how quickly, and opposed to, wow, I wonder what it would be like to be this thing. I'm going to be a guardsman, but I'm retiring my sword because of the ways of violence, and I'm just going to use a quarterstaff. And you get the quarterstaff, you get your skills, and that's what you're going to do, and that's it. In opposed to, I'm going to be the badass system. I'm going to be the rat amongst mice. I'm going to be this big badass that can do the hurting on all of the things that require the hurtings.
And I think one of the really fun things about the system that supports the game setting. I know I'm talking a lot about system, but it is a really good choice for a system to represent this particular setting. In particular, did you read the part about skills?
No, I didn't. I
You
just
have
studied the
to
fluff.
you have to fail a number of times equal to your skill in order to raise your skill.
Oh, wow.
You have to learn from failure, and this is an integral part of the world, an integral part of sort of the theme of the Mouseguard comics, and it's one of the rules, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That is mechanics, as we talked about in Ravenloft. That's mechanics supporting roleplay, which is the best way to get someone into a tabletop role playing game.